you know what we're here to talk about today?
Yes, I do, but that was sick.
Today we're going to be talking about how not to suck at soloing. And sure, some of you out there will be like, I don't want a solo. I don't want a solo.
Right.
But some of you are like, actually, give me some of that soloing shit. Yeah. So we're going to start out with 3 classic approaches to soloing. It's not just solo or not solo. There's actually 3 classic solos. And then we're going to be looking at 3 strategies of how you can do it. So if you were inspired by the approaches, then we're going to show you how to get started with bass soloing as well. And we're going to be showcasing some wicked solos as well as we go. So with that said, Mr. Allison, do we want to jump straight into the 3 classic approaches?
Yeah, let's dive in.
You know, you mentioned solo, and some people think instantly about improvising. Oh, they've got to improvise.
Right.
And that's not the case, actually, is it? Because we're going to show you 2 solos today that break that down and show you that you can actually write an incredible solo.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do the Staple Sisters. I'll Take You There, David Hood on the bass. This solo is iconic, and it's almost like a bass break or a part. It seems like if you played this song and you didn't play this solo, people would be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's iconic. And I think in like rock music, popular music, soul and R&B, there is this soloing sort of tradition of write the solo, execute the solo. So it's not so much about improvise the thing, play it different every night. There might be aspects of that, but this is like a solo that was written and then you execute it. And I think it's a great place to start.
All right, now, baby.
Oh.
Little lady. Help me out. Come on, little lady. All right.
Them little glisses there. Oh.
I mean, and look, that line. Something like that.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. And it outlines the chords great. Hey, listen, if you guys are watching this and you want to learn some of these solos yourself, we've actually put them together in the tab and notation for you, totally free. All you need to do is click that link in the description down below and get yourself hit up over there. And you can print it off and work through these in your own time, because one of the best ways to actually get soloing is learning other people's solos.
Yes, absolutely.
I actually want to show you guys one more which falls into this kind of like written bass line. So it's pre-written. They're not improvising. It's pre-written. And this is the great Andrew Levy with the band, the brand new Heavies. The track is You Are the Universe. And this solo is absolutely killer.
Yes, I do. Believe in you.
Tone too. Come on.
I do. Yes,
Oh.
Andrew.
Oh, just in and out, man. Short and to the point. It's so good.
I think that might have been a number 1 in the UK. A bass solo on a number 1. Come on.
Let's go.
And again, we've actually got this on the tab and notation for you as well. But it's got this. Beautiful, right? So up to that major third, there's a.
I gotta say, man, so if you think about solos, the word soloing can seem really like scary, right?
Yeah.
But if this is a really nice place to start, because instead of thinking about solos, you can just think about both of these things that Scott and I just played for you as melodies, or honestly, just as like a bass line.
Yeah.
It's like just sort of like a bass line played up high. like that I'll Take You There solo. It's not super difficult. It's not like, oh, now there's this crazy knowledge that I have to shred all over the instrument, but it's still a bass solo. So if you're daunted by it, fear not. This is a really good place to start.
Yeah. And also,
Right?
just to add as well to that, if you're playing in a band and they want you to do a solo and you are inexperienced with doing solos, you can write one. Write a solo. There's no shame
Absolutely.
in writing a solo and it being the same every night. If you look at the great guitar players like Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, those rock god guitar players, so many of those solos that they play are pre-written. They're not coming up
Yes.
with that shit every night, new stuff. In certain styles of music, yes, but not all styles of music.
Right.
So you can absolutely write a solo, and it's a great, as I was saying, great on-ramp into soloing. Now, the next type of solo, after a written solo, is a Motivic. Yes.
Yeah.
Motivic solo. And we've got a killer one for you right here.
The great Willie Weeks
The great Willie Weeks.
with Donny Hathaway.
Oh,
So he's repeating an idea and developing it, changing it a bit, but keeps coming back. The thing is the same every time. There it is again.
outrageous.
Why does it go so hard? Why?
Well, because he's a badass. He's Willie Weeks, right? So first of all, because he's just a freaking legend player. He's just a legend. The other thing is because he's taking these motifs and he's playing something and he's repeating it. So it's like...
Right. Starts out that way.
You know,
Right.
as a listener, you're like, oh, I got it. Okay. And like, your ear like grabs onto the idea.
It almost becomes a part. Yeah. Right. It's like when he goes to a new beginning of a phrase, it always comes back.
He's telling
But
a
then
story.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
back end of the phrase can change, but as long as he's hitting you always with... Right? As long as he's giving you something that you can grab onto, then all this can change. But you want to hear "bwee-doop" again, right? At the top. And
Yeah,
then
like
the stuff
it's-
in between can move around.
It's maybe the best example of like a Motivic solo that I've ever heard on bass. But just taking
so
it
good.
and developing it and moving it along. And you guys should absolutely learn this. By the way, Willie Weeks, we want you on it, man. I'd give him eye teeth. What are your eye teeth? These teeth?
The incisors?
I'd give my eye teeth to get you on this channel, Mr. Willie Weeks. We need to set that up. I'd love to interview you. Willie Weeks with Everything is Everything, Donny Hathaway Alive. So we've looked at the written solo. We've looked at the Motivic solo. Next up is the fully improvised solo. So this is what people think about when they think about soloing. Yeah, this is sort of like more stressful.
Right.
Or you, at least you're on the spot more with this. And what we want to show for this one is actually the track that made me pick up the bass for the first time ever. Like I was working at Overwater basses and this came over. It was like somebody was playing a CD. It was an Allan Holdsworth CD. And the track was called Low Levels, High Stakes. The bass player was Skudi Sverrisson, Icelandic bass player. Hopefully it will blow your mind like it blew mine. this flurry.
Beautiful dynamic.
Oh. Flurry. Oh, this line here. Outrageous, like outrageous. And it's all improvised. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's all improv. How is he doing that? Well, we're going to talk about how he's doing that in the next section of this video, where we're going to talk about, you know, how to, you know, the strategies of getting into, you know, soloing and how to get this stuff under your fingers. But just before we jump into that, what I will say is what Schooley is doing is basically every chord, when there's a chord played, he knows exactly what scale or arpeggio to use over that chord. Okay, so that's the sort of like the key thing that you need to understand there, that if you're coming from a world, especially like rock or funk, where you're playing a song, you know, like you've got your E minor pentatonic.
Right. Sure.
That's not what was going on there in Schooley's solo. There's a chord played, he's got a particular scale or arpeggio to use, then another chord, he's using another scale, another chord, another. So he's changing tonal centers all the time, and that's really it's technical.
And there's something too to really be said about his phrasing is free, right? There's essentially a lack of, he's not grooving. I mean, he has really lovely phrasing, but he has not adhered to the grid and playing like a groove solo like we just heard Willie do, right? Willie's going, right? Playing like really dialed into the grid.
Yeah.
But Schooley, there's time being kept on ride cymbal, right? But Schooley is not playing ba-ba-da-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-dee-ba-da. He's not like outlining grid.
No,
he's outlining chord changes in more of a free.
It's like brushstrokes
space.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's more sort of like he's got like a D minor, and he might be
exactly.
You know what I mean? He's painting on top of it, which is great, and to be able to do that. To do that, you need to know what scales go where. Okay, so it's it's no cooler than Willie Weeks or
it's just different.
Andrew Levy. It's just different approaches, right? It's just different approaches. Now, before we get into this next section, I do want to give a shout out to SBL members or potential members. If you are not a member already, we have got so many courses on approaches to soloing and how to do it on this beautiful instrument, the bass, that I wanted to showcase some of them here. All I've done is I logged in. You can log in here, okay, click on courses, and then you can click on the filters. You can click soloing and improvisation, and here are all of the courses on soloing and improvisation. So we've got Rhythmic Secrets to Mastering Your Swing Feel with John Patitucci. We've got soloing and improvisation concepts with the great Michael Leake. This course is absolutely killer. We've got another one from John Patitucci here. We've got another one where I break down my album and how I'm soloing over that. Another one from Mr. Patitucci, the soloing concepts of John Patitucci. We've got 3 courses from Gary Willis where he's teaching you how to solo over chord changes, specifically jazz standards. We've got one here focused on Stella by Starlight, one here on Inner Urge, and one here on the great standard Solar. Oh, we've got 4 All the Things You Are as well here. Right. Then we've got pentatonic voice leading with the great Nick Campbell. That's an awesome one. Then we've got one from down here, The Improviser's Mind with Evan Marion. And then finally we've got one here, Mastering the Modes, Improvising Bass Player with Rich Brown. This is incredible. Rich is killing it. We've also got more down here. We've got improvisation techniques with Rufus Philpott, and then we've got the Beginning Jazz Survival Guide with myself. all of those courses are focused on exactly what we're talking about right here, soloing on bass, but they go much, much deeper. And if you want to get started, any of these courses today, if you remember, obviously just go log in, pick up where you want to. But if you're not a member, you can get started today completely free, because you can take a 14-day free trial and you can test drive any of these courses. They're all included in the membership with that 14-day free trial. All you need to do is click the link in the description down below, or you can click the link which we'll pin in the first comment as well, or you can just go to scottsbasslessons.com, sign up there, or you can go to tryspl.com and you can sign up there. Multiple ways you can sign up, and all of them will give you that 14-day free trial.
If you like hanging out with us, learning about soloing, learning about classic bass lines, we're here for you always. Please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss anything.
With that said, let's jump into the next section where we're going to be talking about 3 strategies for actually doing this on bass. We've talked about the approaches. Now we're going to start talking about the strategies. And the first one is sing your solos. Sing your solos.
I think this is a really nice way to start. And again, it does not have to be crazy. What you need to do is just have a framework. Maybe there's a chord center, right? Maybe you there's a piano playing, or you have a track that you're playing to, and you need to let your brain tell you what to play. Give me a key center, Scott.
D minor.
Okay, so D minor. I'm going to play a D minor chord, and then I'm going to freeze that chord. So now I've got my D minor chord happening here, right? And now, like I always have to put this in context of a groove, because I could play that's what I think I sang. But I want to have it in some kind of groove space. So like maybe I'm playing something like.
Oh yeah. What do you think, Daisy?
And then I want to hear.
I love this. So you're singing a line, by the way. Hello. Everybody say hello to Daisy in the comments.
Hi, Daisy.
She's up here. If there's any snorting going on, it's her, not me. She's telling me it's time to go home. She's like, Dad, it's food time. So you're singing a line, which is great because it removes you from the bass, doesn't it? It's sort of like you're not playing the same old shit anymore. It's like removing that. You sing the line, and then you try and find the line on the bass, and you're finding it really quickly, aren't you? You don't need to find it that quickly. For you guys watching, you might need to search around a bit more for it.
That is a really nice way to start. That doesn't feel like, oh, well, now, I sometimes feel like there's this idea, it's an idea that we put in our own heads of like, well, I can't solo unless I know all of bebop language.
Yeah.
I can't solo unless I've taken all the jazz theory courses. And that's just not true. So, your taste is the result of all of the music that you've ingested, for better or for worse. And you can use that to create bass lines and create solos. And remember, a bass solo is just a melody. It's just a phrase. You don't have to think about it as this crazy thing. So the simple thing that you heard me do there, that is the beginning of soloing for me. Get a context together, maybe get a groove together, and then let your brain give you ideas. It kind of built up. I seemed to have sort of a rhythmic phrase in mind, and then I seemed to kind of ascend. And then where would it go from there? I'm not sure what my brain would feed me after that, but that's a really fun exercise.
Yeah, love it. And I love that it's actually keeping you away from scales and any of that. You kind of just going where where your mind wants you to go with that. The second thing that in terms of actual strategies of soloing that I'd like to bring to the table is actually learning other people's vocabulary. Just as we learned how to speak when we were younger, we'd listen to how people said words and we'd emulate them and, try and get them into our mouths. We'd say like mum and dada and, and said.
Right.
Food.
Yes.
All of that stuff. We had to learn how to say that by emulating other people doing it. And then we do it ourselves, right? Same thing with soloing as well. So when you hear somebody play something, if I was like, likelihood is that I've heard that, I'd heard somebody else play that, and I've learned that phrase and I've got it under my fingers, okay? So number 2 is learning other people's vocabulary, not coming up with it on your own. Like the first one was actually coming up with your own lines. This second part is actually learning other people's. And a great example of this, just on D minor, for instance, I remember the first thing I learned to play on a minor chord was this. That. And I heard it on a jazz album and I was like, whoa, that's cool. And then once you've learned that,
Putting it around the different chords. Yes,
you can move it around. It's cool, super cool, right? So here it is, right? So a D minor, all I'm doing is I'm sliding from on a D minor, okay, I'm sliding from the E to the F. So from the second of the scale to the minor third, and then I play the 5, then the flat 7, then I slide up to the 9, and then I play on top, and that's it.
Is it?
That's it.
What a lovely sound.
Play me a B flat minor, Ian.
B flat minor.
Yeah. You do it like you can.
A flat minor. A flat minor.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So once you've learned that phrase, then you can use it in all of these different places. And the game becomes, okay, well, how many phrases can you learn? Well, it turns out you can use a lot. And then when you get more complex, you might want to learn longer lines. One that I use a lot over like a minor 2/5 might be. Okay, so it's just a D again over a D minor.
So lovely. Here, I'll play you that D minor.
Yeah, that D minor. So to G7 to C major. Yeah. Or you might alter it and do this. You know what I mean? But my point here is like learning other people's vocabulary, taking that and getting it into your own. So that's number 2. So number 1 being singing solos. Number 2 being learning other people's vocabulary. Number 3 is practicing over static chords and chord changes and really understanding the tools that you can use on them. Okay, so when somebody's like, we're playing on a D minor.
Yes.
What tool do you have? You need some tools. You've got a problem. You need a tool. You need a screwdriver. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
The problem is a D minor. What kind of tool? Imagine a screw. You're not going to grab a wrench, are you? You need a screwdriver. So what tools you have? So for a D minor, you might want to use an arpeggio, which we used before. Okay. You also might use a mode. You might use the Dorian minor. You might use the Aeolian minor.
Yeah. Oh, I love the flat 6. Yes.
You might use a Phrygian minor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so but my point here is that you understand. Okay, static chord. It's a whatever it is. If it's a minor chord, you need to understand the tools that you can use over a minor chord. If it was a dominant chord, Ian, if you play me a E dominant 7 chord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I could use that was the like a arpeggio, right? I could also use if I wanted to be spicy. was a minor pentatonic over the dominant chord.
Yeah, over the dominant chord.
Or
Cool.
if I want to be even spicier, I might use a B melodic minor. Play the E dominant chord again, Ian. Like wow. So, but all I'm doing is I've just got like different tools for different situations.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if it was chord changes, if it was like. Then I'd be like, okay, well, I need to learn how to play around the chord changes. So I'm playing the chords. And I'm using the arpeggio to play around the changes. So what you're doing there, the third strategy is really just understanding what tools you can use in the different scenarios of static chords and chord changes. If they're minor chords, there'll be a bunch of tools you can use. If they're major chords, there's a bunch of tools. And it's not like endless, right? Over a
Right.
minor chord, you got 2 or 3 tools. Over a major chord, 2 or 3 tools. Dominant chord,
Right.
2 or 3 tools. You know, like we're not talking about like a... Do you know the mechanics that have them freaking massive red? I mean, I got a lot of
The
tools.
Husky?
It's actually more like a delicate handbag. It's like a handbag full of... It's like
A handbag of tools.
You got a handbag
Yeah.
full of tools. You don't need a DeWalt, whatever the guy. I don't know what
right,
they're called. You know what I
right.
mean? We're not talking
Yeah.
about that. You just need a few little different tools. And if you do want to learn all of those tools, a great place to do that would be all of the courses that we highlighted earlier over in the SPL Academy, the
Absolutely.
membership that you can get instant access to, 14-day free trial via all of the links that I mentioned before. And dudes, get into solo. It's freaking awesome. It really
Yes.
is. It's so much fun. Musically, but also from a technique point of view as well, it really stretches you. You know, it really stretches that side of your playing as well. I love it.
And even from a compositional level, right? It helps
Yeah.
you write bass lines. It helps you think of melodies. It helps you be a more well-rounded musician. You don't have to think about it like, oh, I've got to just always be shredding. Just think about it as like, oh, I'm gonna write something. I'm gonna write a melody. I'm gonna contribute musically that isn't just down in the basement playing root notes. It's amazing for you. And Daisy,
Dude,
you are.
I think this might be the end. Do you think she might be like, guys, listen.
You are food now.
Soloing, schmoling. Okay, give me some food. Do you want some food? Oh, you want some food? Okay, okay. Guys, let us know in the comments down below if you do want more of Daisy on the channel. I'm sure she will be obliging. And also remember what I said about the free tab and notation as well. A bunch of the stuff that we've played today will have tab and notation for it. That's down below in the description. And we'll see you. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Bye.
Take care.